Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. There is another video in hydraulics, and this series of problems are problems given civil engineer license or exam problems in hydraulics. I hope that through this video, your preparations in your board exams will be that intense and rigid, and I hope that you will or you can increase your knowledge, your skills in hydraulics. So here is the first problem. A storm that lasts for 4 hours has 30 millimeters of rainfall over an area of 800 hectares. Assuming zero base flow, what fraction of precipitation appeared as runoff? So we have here to plot time of discharge, vertical time. The area of this flow rate or discharge versus time is the volume of rainfall. So we can compute that after plotting. While the volume of runoff rather, the volume runoff is the area under discharge versus time curve. While the volume of rainfall is simply area of the site, which is 800 hectares, times the depth of rainfall, which is 30 mm or 0.03 meters. So all you have to do is compute consistently with the units these volumes. So fraction of runoff is equal to volume runoff. I'll call it V sub RO over volume of rainfall V sub R. This volume of runoff is the area after we plot flow versus time curve. That's it. So take note that the time is in hours, the discharge is cubic meters per second. So we have to convert this hour here to seconds, and 1 hour is 3,600 seconds. So volume of runoff therefore is 2 times 1, quantity 2 times 1 plus 4 times 1 plus 5 times 1 plus 4 times 1 plus 3 times 1 then plus 2 times 1. Then the whole value multiplied by 3,600 seconds per hour. So calculating volume runoff is equal to 72,000 cubic meters. The volume of rainfall is simply area, 800 hectares. Convert this to square meters. 1 hectare is 10,000 square meters. Then times depth, which is 0.03 meter. So area times depth, 800 times 10,000 square meters times 0.03, and that is 240,000 cubic meters. So therefore, the fraction of runoff is 72,000 divided by 240,000, and that is zero point 0.3. And zero point 0.3 is also 30% when expressed in percent. So that's it for that first problem. For the second problem, the head loss in an 80-meter length of 12 cm diameter pipe is 8 meters. When oil with specific gravity 0.8 of viscosity 0.04 pascal second flows at 50 liters per second, determine the center line velocity. So first, take note there are two types of flow, laminar and turbulent. So let us determine first if the flow is laminar or the flow is turbulent. Then from there, we can set up the center line velocity or the maximum velocity. So first, let's compute the Reynolds number given by diameter of pipe, mean velocity of flow, density over viscosity. So substituting, the diameter is 0.12 meter. The velocity, by the way, is discharge over area, so circular pipe. Therefore, the velocity is 4 times discharge over pi diameter square. So V is mean velocity is 0.05 cubic meter per second times 4. 4 times 0.05 divided by pi 0.12 square, and that is equal to 4.421 meters per second. So substitute here to determine compute Reynolds number. So 0.12 times 4.421 times density is 900 kilograms per cubic meter because the specific gravity of oil is 0.9. So all you have to do is multiply that by the density of water, 1000 kilograms per cubic meter. So 900 kilograms per cubic meter over viscosity 0.04 Pascal second. So Reynolds number is equal to 11,097 and that is greater than 3,000. Therefore, the flow is turbulent. Because the flow is turbulent, the centerline velocity is equal to, derived in my in the playlist Fluid Mechanics and Hydraulics. Uh, uh, Discussion there in my playlist. You just go over with that derivation. So it is equal to V sub C is equal to mean velocity of flow V times quantity 1 plus 1.326 square root of F. Should the flow be laminar, then the centerline velocity is equal to 2 times the mean velocity. 2 times this value, but because the flow is turbulent, so this is the center line velocity, which I also derived in the playlist in the hydraulics, fluid mechanics and hydraulics. So what is F? So let's solve for F, friction factor, because the head loss is known, and by Darcy-Weisbach formula, head HF is equal to 0.0826 FL Q square over diameter to the fifth. So 8 is equal to 0.026 friction factor, length 80, Q square 0.05 square over diameter to the fifth, 0.12 to the fifth. Solving for F is equal to 0.01205. Substitute back, V sub C is 4.421 times quantity 1 plus 1.326 square root of 0.01205. So V sub C is equal to that value. So for problem 3, if water flows full in a trapezoidal canal having a base of width 1.8 meters, with a top of 2.8 meters and a depth of 1.8 meters, determine the type of flow based on the Froude number. Slope is 0.002 and roughness coefficient 0.012. We can also determine the type of flow by computing the uh, critical depth for non-rectangular section given by quantity Q square over G is equal to area cube over top width. But I plan to just solve for number which is equal to mean velocity of flow divided by square root of G times hydraulic depth, where the hydraulic depth is the ratio of the area, cross-sectional area of the channel divided by top width of the channel, which is equal to 2.8 in this case. So this is the cross-section of the trapezoidal channel, 1.8, width at the bottom, width at the top, 2.8, and the depth of flow, 1.2 meters. I'll just call that X for computing the perimeter. This is also X. So X 2x plus 1.8 equals 2.8. 2.8 minus 1.8 is 1 divided by 2. So x is 0.5. So take note of that. So again, Froude number is V over square root of G times quantity area over top width, which is the hydraulic depth. So from the figure, the velocity is by Manning's 1 over n hydraulic radius raised to 2/3 slope to the 1/2. So that's the formula for the mean velocity of flow. While the area of the cross-section is area of trapezoid, 1/2, quantity 2.8 plus 1.8 times 1.2. So the area therefore is equal to 2.760 square meters. Next, we compute the wetted perimeter, which is 1.8 plus 2 times this inclined side. This inclined side is square root of x squared plus 1.2 square, and x is 0.5. So perimeter is 1.8 plus 2 times square root of 0.5 square plus 1.2 square. So the wetted perimeter is equal to 4.4 meters. So from there, we substitute it here to compute for the hydraulic radius, by the way, area over wetted perimeter. So the hydraulic radius is 69 over 110 meters. Having found this hydraulic radius, we substitute it here to solve for V. V is 1 over 0.012, then hydraulic radius 69 over 110 to the 2/3, slope 0.002 to the 1/2. So the mean velocity of flow is 2.731 meters per second. Then compute this flow number. Area is 2.76, then top width is 2.8. Rod number is equal to 2.731 over 9 square root of 9.81 times the quantity area 2.76 over top width 2.8. If the Froude number is equal to 1, then the flow is critical by definition. If it is greater than 1, then the flow is supercritical. It occurs in the lower stage. Supercritical or rapid shooting flow, the velocity is fast for that case. But if the Froude number is less than 1, the type of flow expected is subcritical, and that depth is greater than the critical depth. So Froude number is equal to 0.8782, which is less than 1. Therefore, the type of flow is subcritical. Then let's answer this question. It is a type of a pump. It is a hydraulic ram. Then number 5, a rectangular channel has a width of 2.5 meters. The discharge flowing in the canal is 3.30 cubic meters per second with a mean velocity of 3.78 meters per second. How high is the jump in cm? So hydraulic jump formula for rectangular channel is small q square over g equals depth 1 depth 2 over 2 times quantity depth 1 plus depth 2. This small q is capital Q, which is 3.30 divided by the width of the channel, 2.5, and therefore it is equal to 1.320 cubic meter per second per meter width of channel. So solving for depth 1, because the discharge by continuity equation is the same. So Q 3.3 equals cross-sectional area before the jump, which is base 2.5 depth 1 times mean velocity of flow, which is 3.78. So 3.3 is area base 2.5 depth 1 times mean velocity of flow 3.78. So depth 1 is equal to 0.3492 meters. Then we substitute into this equation. 1.32 square over 9.81 equals 0.3492 times depth 2 over 2 quantity 0.3492 plus depth 2. If we simplify, that yields quadratic equation. Then you can solve D2 by the quadratic formula and using your calculator, of course, while you can also use your high-tech calculator in solving for depth 2 shift solve. The expected value of depth 2 should be greater than 0.3492 because after the jump, the type of flow is expected subcritical and the depth should be greater than this. So you assume 1 and the calculator will automatically generate the answer 0.8490 meter. So that's 84.9 centimeters. So that's it for this video.